2,000 years ago, the most powerful empires weren't built by soldiers, they were built by accountants. What if I told you the document you receive from your bank every month, your financial statement, is actually the single most powerful weapon in human history? A weapon that has shaped empires, crashed economies, and still controls your money today. Before we dive into the untold story of how it all began, make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell, because you won't find this kind of deep financial history anywhere else. This is the hidden history of the financial statement. Our story begins 4,000 years ago in ancient Babylon. Long before paper, before coins, before the concept of a bank, they used clay tablets to record every transaction. From grain and livestock to loans and taxes, every detail was etched into wet clay and stored by temple scribes. But here's the secret most people don't realize. Those records weren't made for transparency. They were made for control. Each tablet was a tool of taxation and debt collection. The Babylonian ledger didn't exist to tell citizens what they owned, it existed to remind them what they owed. From its very beginning, accounting was never about truth, it was about power. Fast forward nearly 3,000 years to Florence, Italy, the heart of the Renaissance. Art, science, and trade were flourishing, and in the middle of it all stood the most powerful banking family in Europe, the Medici. They ruled not with swords, but with ledgers. Their empire stretched across continents, funding kings, popes, and wars. But they faced a problem. How do you see the whole truth of your wealth when money moves faster than you can count it? They needed a system that could show them not just whether they made a profit, but what they were truly worth at any moment. And from that need came one of humanity's greatest inventions, double-entry bookkeeping. Every transaction now affected two accounts, one for what was given, one for what was received. For the first time, a business could see a complete snapshot of its financial reality. It was revolutionary. It allowed merchants to track profit and loss, investors to measure risk, and entire families, like the Medici, to manage empires in perfect order. Double-entry bookkeeping became the language of power. But with that language came illusion. Once people believed the statement was the truth, those who controlled it gained the power to shape reality itself. As kingdoms turned into nations and merchants became corporations, the ledger evolved. The financial statement became the foundation of trust in the modern world. But trust, when concentrated, is dangerous. If the numbers define reality, then whoever controls the numbers controls reality. Governments learn to hide debt, corporations learn to inflate assets, and the public, believing the statement, believed the lie. By the 20th century, this illusion reached perfection. Balance sheets became more complex, financial systems more digital, and accountability more distant. And in 2008, the illusion shattered. Banks published flawless statements, profits looked strong, assets looked safe. But behind the numbers lay trillions of dollars in toxic debt, hidden in plain sight. The very system designed to prevent collapse had made collapse invisible until it was too late. Millions lost their homes, their savings, their trust, all because the numbers said everything was fine. From Babylon's clay tablets to Wall Street's digital ledgers, one truth has never changed. The statement doesn't just describe power, it protects it. Every time you look at your own balance sheet, your assets, your debts, your savings, remember this. You are using a tool invented not for freedom, but for control. The wise don't just read the numbers, they understand the story behind them. If this history changed the way you see your money, hit the like button and subscribe to Deep Finance Pro, because the answers to today's financial crises are hidden in the ledgers of the past.